Hi everybody. Well, as you can see, Noah's joining me today, which is always wonderful, though he is going home today. And he's got little Apani out, which these days Noah knows to wash his hands, and then he goes but he does say, Nan, can I get Maya out, or can I get whomever out, because he's not always here to know when they've had a feed, if they're in shed. I try and bring him up to date, but I always ask him to ask me. That's what I would like him to do before he just goes and grabs. So he decided Apani, and as you can see, she's getting a good size to her now. Growing like a little weed, aren't you? Hey? Yes?
That's her to you.
Yes, she's getting there. This little girl, considering she was
the
length of a pencil and as thick as a pencil.
Now I know now just about baby snakes. Like if I would go and get my baby snake out, I have to know if they've had a feed, if they're in shed.
Yeah.
And sometimes Nan doesn't even know if Jackson's shed, and she just goes in and pats him and says, "Oh, do you want to come out?" But then starts hissing, and then he's got the cloudy blue eyes.
Well, generally I know by then, but Jack sort of doesn't really want to come out long before those eyes go cloudy on him. So, but a question for Noah. Do you think snakes are very smart?
Well, some snakes that do the wrong things, no.
But why do they do the wrong things?
So they get the attention.
Well,
because Lily used to go behind the couch, and because she would be on the computer editing like a video or something.
So you think she would do naughty things so that I would have to stop what I was doing and take, well, you could be absolutely right on that. But do we need to teach our snakes rules?
Not really.
Why not?
Because if you would have a snake, I was scratching my ear and she came down. Because if you would have to teach a snake rules, because I know our snakes that we have here with us can hear us and do the things we ask, but I just know, like, if you go to teach them rules, it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, but do you think that they're capable of learning those rules?
Because when we had...
But do you think that Nana snakes know where they're allowed to go and where they're not allowed to go now? And that is because Nan has taught them that there are rules.
It's probably because you had them over 2 years.
Well, longer than 2 years, but
3, 4.
I've been 5, 6, but 7 odd. But you can teach them the rules. And you're going to have to do that with your snake too.
As soon as we get the snakes, all I want is just to take my snake straight away.
Well, you can.
No, because you gotta make sure he's eating.
But
before that.
I do know that Bo will have him eating and doing all of that before he arrives.
No, but like when he arrives, you're gonna have to wait till he has like a meal or two.
Well, he can do that at your house, if you like.
But Mom's also gonna be angry because there's so much rats in the fridge.
Well, you're only going to have one snake, so you're not going to have too many. You're only going to have to...
All I'm gonna have to do is have pinkies and hoppers properly in the fridge.
Probably, I would say, at least hoppers by the time we get the baby. If not, maybe up to a fuzzy. I'm not really sure how long Bo keeps
I
them.
reckon, like, if he didn't keep them for long and they're only like this, like Layla was when we got her.
The carpet pythons are always a lot bigger.
Because when we got Layla, she had to start eating pinkies.
And she only ate mice too. She couldn't.
Thinking,
pinky rats would have been
so
way.
if he eats pinkies, he can eat 2 pinkies, 4 pinkies if he wants to. He's still hungry. And then like when he gets over of having the fact of 4 pinkies, I will go to like a hopper. And then when he gets hungrier...
Oops, sorry guys for the interruption, but it's my daughter and I need to be picking up the phone when she rings.
Yeah, she's been a bit sick and unwell.
Yes.
Really ill.
Yes.
She's had those morphine patches that go on your back. And she only had the 10 before, but now she's got higher dose up to 20. And
that made Mum feel really sick.
And she's taking medicine to make her, like tablets to make her not feel sick, but it also makes her more sick and sore.
But Mum has a really, really bad back, doesn't
so
she? She's got to have surgery fixed.
So I had to get her a bucket. So, yeah, she was feeling unwell. And then I had to take off the patch.
Yep.
Mine.
So, are you, you've still got a little bit to learn about having snakes, but I think that once you have one with you and you're doing hands-on with it all of the time, you're going to learn even more than what you... I think she's
tickling me.
She's just got a great big grip in
my pocket.
In his pocket, and you know these little ones like to have their tail firmly gripped before they start moving too much. So if you want to hold her tail a little bit and just give her a bit more support, and just remember your guy too is going to want to have his tail gripping onto something while he's little.
It's going to be good because I've always dreamed of having a bearded dragon as a little kid, better than a snake, because I could probably just go to sleep with them just sitting there. Same with you and Jack and Millie. You can just go to sleep with them. But
I might see if she wants to come over and...
But all I know is that bearded dragons are a lot of work, because the other day when I was at Movie World, I saw this little bearded dragon and people were trying to pat it, but it wasn't wild, because like they send out all these little bearded dragons to pat, and like they're a lot of work, because if you would go to pick them up, like they'll just bolt. But with the snake is also better, because like Apani, how she was just sitting right still. You can do that and watch TV. Yeah.
She's still a little bit of a wriggle worm, this girl.
Because I can play Fortnite all day with my snake over my neck. Without Chase annoying me.
Well, some snakes like to do that.
Chase will get old enough, I'll start teaching him, and then one day he'll get a Christmas present of a snake. And then his snake could breed with my snake, and we can have babies. But I know if I'll get a Bredley, if you would have babies a couple of times with them and get them bred together, they can lay up to 60 eggs.
They can.
And that's the most eggs out of all the snakes we have.
It's a lot of babies, isn't it? Alright guys, it's just a little bit of a catch up with Noah and what's going on with him, and he gets a chance to have a little bit of time with Apani before he has to go home. And
she was gripping.
Yeah, as you can see, she's doing doing really well. And I'm always saying I need to upgrade enclosures, but I do.
I actually don't remember how we got her, because when we got her, I don't even know when we got her, because when we got her she was that beautiful. Then me and my mom was scared at snakes at first, was scared, and as we got Apani out, Nan made her hold the snake and turned around and loves snakes now.
And Apani,
Which some snake people need to know. Like people that don't like snakes, if they're scared of snakes, you've got to turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to have it for one time. Does anything that I don't like, I won't get one. Or I won't like one. Just forever. But I reckon from your YouTube channel, it's also going to help me with subscribers too, because you're probably going to get me to shout out to you.
Noah plans on having a YouTube channel so that he can share his new baby with you all.
I'm going to have a baby probably the size of that after like a couple years. But because my jungle jag grows into Tessa's enclosure and doesn't come out of that, because it's that big.
Alright guys, we're going to finish off, so you take care of yourself and your family and your friends and your snakes, which I will spin around, and as you'll see, she's made her way to my glasses, which Apani always does, and I would wonder if there was something wrong with her if she didn't actually eventually do that. So guys, ciao.
Bye bye.